What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys another VGC 2015 replay. We're still using Mega Metagross. We're using Landorus, Gengar. Whenever you use Gengar, you tend to pair it with that Metagross, especially since I'm running an Earthquake Metagross. And today we're also going to be using Milotic. Milotic is going to be a little bit of a MVP this game, going off against Mamoswine, a Kangaskhan, a Heatran, and a Landorus. What better board to bring Milotic against? Like, you could burn 3 of them, you got super effective moves on 3 of them. This looks like the Milotic, like, best game ever, Milotic highlight reel. So, without further ado, we're just starting things up. We're gonna hop right into it. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty long game. Yeah, it's about 21 turns, but yeah, that Milotic is gonna put in some work this game. So we see Mamoswine and Kangaskhan. Mamoswine being a Pokemon that's definitely fallen off this season. It was really big in 2014. It was really big in 2013. I think it was actually the Pokemon you got for going to Worlds. Because I think Arashi was the one that like won with Mamoswine. So Mamoswine, a Pokemon's definitely seen a ton of play in the past. It's not too great right now, but I always love using it. You know, the original Metagross team that I used with like Mega Metagross and Gengar actually had a Mamoswine in it, so I don't knock people for using it. It's super good against those genies. So first turn of the game, we see a potential Sucker Punch gonna be blocked by my Gengar's Protect, as well as an Icicle Spear from the Mamoswine. And one cool thing we're going to be able to scout from this is that the Mamoswine is holding an item that doesn't really make any sense. I talked about it before. We see a Life Orb, which boosts the power of the moves you use by a third. So when you're using Icicle Spear, it's like a 20 base move, like 20 base. You're not really getting that much out of it. You got to use those strong moves to get the biggest bang for your buck out of your Life Orb. So I always talk about that. I know I probably should just stop. You guys know how it works by now. But we're going to see a Double Edge go out. And my Milotic took it like a boss. Took it like a champ. Because that Kangaskhan was intimidated. So we're going to see Mamoswine go for a knockoff. Get a critical hit on my Gengar. I'm pretty sure this happened in like a previous episode too. My Gengar always gets crit by knockoff. It's the funniest thing. So that's going to put me in Sucker Punch range for sure. As we're going to try and go for a burn on that Kangaskhan with the Scald. We're not going to get it, but Milotic is still a very threatening Pokemon on the board. We're going to draw all of the aggro into the Milotic and go for a Protect this turn. As we see Ice Shard go into the Gengar, that's completely fine. Like, that's completely fine. I was thinking, like, best case scenario. Best case, he tries to double edge my, what is he? Yeah, he tries to double edge my Milotic and goes for an Earthquake on his Kang. That would have been best case scenario, but I'll settle for the Ice Shard, because Gengar was pretty much, like, not really going to be doing that much at this point in the game. It's going to open up a slot for my Metagross to come in, my Mega of choice for today's game, as we are going to see Metagross go Mega, gaining that Tough Claws ability, making all of its moves that make contact get a 1.3 boost. So, kind of similar to a Life Orb, but it's his ability that gives him the boost instead of his item. He also gains a bunch of speed, a bunch more bulk, and a decent amount to his attack stat as well. So Mega Metagross being one of my favorites, we're going to get my Milotic dropped all the way off to 21 HP. Getting kind of low there as we see Knockoff come from Mamoswine. Not really the strongest thing because it can't knock off a Mega Stone, but he didn't know I was Mega. He had to assume, but he didn't know. So we get a Recover off. Pretty juicy Recover, getting like 100 HP as I miss a Meteor Mash. You're missing the Meteor Mash, Metagross, you're not pulling your weight today. And I really don't know what to say. I mean, that's what you get for using Meteor Mash. That is what I get. As we're going to see Landorus switch in and get a great Intimidate off onto my Metagross, but it activates the competitive of my Milotic. So Milotic is going to get a ×2 boost to its special attack stat. But sadly, I switched out that turn. That's just how it works. Like, he used faster, so he switched out before I switched out. So at least I get to come with my Landorus and intimidate his Landorus. I was going to say things aren't really going my way. I'm missing Meteor Mashes. I'm throwing away competitive procs, but things are starting to turn around a bit as Metagross is going to go for an Earthquake and be able to finish off that Mamoswine. The play there for me was just to switch out Milotic and go for an Earthquake to chunk Kang and finish off Mamo. That was just my play. So, it's not the end of the world. We KO'd one of his Pokemon. We have an Intimidate off on his Landorus as we're going to see Kangaskhan come back in. And we're just going to go for Protect with Metagross here. We don't really want to, you know, eat any super Earthquake, Sucker Punch, Destruction moves, as he goes for a Fake Out off onto my Landorus, doing decent damage, but it's like we're just we're just like waiting the time here. We're waiting out what's gonna happen. I know that I need to get my Milotic back on the board because Milotic can definitely deal with this. So we're gonna see Sucker Punch come out from my opposing Kangaskhan. He gets a critical hit on his second hit, and now the U-turn is finally gonna go off. He went for a hard nuke on my Landorus. Like if he would have rock slid, I would have lost my Landorus, and he would have had a potential chance to flinch my Metagross. So super dangerous stuff there. As I totally get baited here. He goes into his Heatran, right? And I go for the Meteor Mash. It actually hit this time, but I targeted the Heatran. So we Meteor Mash the Heatran. Not the smartest thing, but we got that boost. We got that Meteor Mash boost. Makes up for every time that I missed. And I missed it once every 3 or 4 games. But I mean, when you get the Meteor Mash boost, there's like nothing that can stop you. You're on like cloud 9. You're like, I am ready to tear people up. Remember, I was intimidated. So like, it just put me in neutral. And now I'm back at -1 again, but I would have been at -2. And I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm on top of the world. So he's going to go for a Rock Slide. He's actually going to miss on my Metagross, which is, I'll take it. I will definitely take it. But I do think his Heatran's probably just faster than my Metagross. Yeah, his Heatran's faster than my Metagross. Like I said in previous videos, my Metagross is quite slow, even after Mega Evolving and gaining like probably 30 base speed. My Metagross is still really slow. It's super bulky. It's made to fight things that it's supposed to fight, like Amoonguss and Sylveon and things that has super effective moves on. So Heatran can take advantage of it. And now it's Milotic versus the world. This is the whole match I wanted to set up the whole time. We got Milotic, right, versus a Scarf Landorus and a Heatran. Place your bets. You got 10 turns. Who do you guys think is going to win? We're seeing I'm getting chunked by Rock Slides. I'm eating the Heat Waves. I've already procced my Citrus Berry. And, I get flinched this turn. Do you guys think I'm going to win? You think I'm going to win? Well, he misses that Rock Slide. And, I guess it just makes up for the fact that he flinched me last turn. Heat Wave leaves me at 1. I'm at 1 HP. We get that recover off. I should have just ran a long time ago. I should have ran when, like, that first Meteor Mash missed. But no. I'm sticking it through. We're going to change our strategy up completely, and we are going to PP out this Landorus' Rock Slide. That is the play. We're trying to PP out his Rock Slides, PP out those Heat Waves, and we're going to come back, boys. Milotic will not be denied this victory. Still getting chunked for like 40, 50 HP with those Rock Slides. But if you note, I'm gaining about 15 to 20 HP every turn doing this, and I'm wasting 2 Rock Slides. Now, the way it would normally work is, unless you're like PP upped all the way, you only have 10 Rock Slides. You don't really get that many Rock Slides. So, if I can live for like 5 or 6 turns, that Landorus is going to start struggling. And it's going to be free. So he keeps going for it. I just gotta not get flinched. That's like the play. He could also miss. That would help me out quite a bit. He goes for another Heat Wave Rock Slide. That is the play, I would say. As, yeah, I'm back at 35 HP last turn. I was at 15. So, I mean, I'm definitely gaining HP. We're elongating this game. There's like 5 or 6 turns left. And this is the play. I mean, you guys can hate me all you want. But this is the play. Like, if I wasn't really gaining anything from this, I would understand that I'm just being a jerk. Everyone hates it when that guy has 1 Pokemon left and then they like protect. And then they like try and go for like a double protect. But the way I see it, I know the Landorus is choiced. If I PP out his Rock Slides, I win. There's no, like, let me see. There's no downside to this for me, just for doing this. One thing that we're going to note, yeah, we see he goes for the struggle here, is that the Heatran actually has a move other than Heat Wave. He actually has Earth Power. So, if I were him, I would have actually been Earth Powering the whole time. I know you might just think, oh, of course you're going to use the move that's not Fire, but the reason why he did that was he didn't want to lower my Special D and give me a competitive boost. He was afraid of that. But the way I see it, if he would have gotten like 1 Special D drop, he would have won the game a long time ago. So I actually think this is his misplay, and that I should have lost. Also note that, yeah, you're just going to run right there. Also note, my Milotic was at 1 HP, and I brought that back, and I cannot believe it. Pretty long game today, but Milotic definitely was the MVP, and I would not be denied this victory. So, thank you guys for watching this game. Let me know what you think of that little strategy below. You guys think it's cheap to wait it out like that, go for PP stalling, or do you think I did the right play? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.